Welcome. This is the first in a video series on cybersecurity program development. All the videos are based on my book Cybersecurity Program Development for Business, The Essential Planning Guide, published by Wiley. It is available at Amazon and fine booksellers everywhere. These short videos are for business owners, executives, and board members that are charged with implementing or overseeing a cybersecurity program. They answer things like, what do I need to know? Where do I start? What are the steps? How long does it take? How much does it cost? And what's most important for me? All that in plain English, spoken with a lovely Greek accent and not a hint of technology talk. Let's begin. A common mistake when talking about cybersecurity is thinking that you're talking about technology. You're not. You're talking about risk to assets. Specifically in cybersecurity, you're talking about risk to digital assets. What are digital assets? Simply put, digital assets are things of value that have been created or are processed by using information technology. And today, information technology, IT, touches all of value creation. I don't care if you make widgets or if you're an author or an attorney, a doctor, a baker, or an athlete. Information technology is an integral part of your value creation. So, every day you create value by using technology. Cybersecurity is there to protect this value. How does it do that? By managing risk. Cybersecurity is constantly forcing you to ask the question, how much is it worth it to you? This is where you start. You start by understanding how much your assets, your digital assets, are worth it to you. Why? Because if something is not worth anything, it's not worth protecting. But first things first. What exactly is risk? How do you measure risk? Again, simply put, think of risk as the combination of a likelihood of an event and its impact. What's the likelihood of a hurricane in Miami? What will its impact be? That's the risk of an asset in Miami. What's the likelihood of a hurricane in Chicago? What will its impact be there? That's the risk for an asset in Chicago. Likelihood of events is tricky to calculate. If you have statistics like you do with hurricanes, then you're in luck. Otherwise, you have to assign likelihood based on what you know. Sometimes based on intelligence, other times you base it on your instinct and experience. Impact is easier to calculate. In its simplest form, it's monetary loss. Worse, it can be loss of life. In cybersecurity, we measure impact in terms of its effect on confidentiality, integrity, and availability. And now, with all the gadgets connecting the digital equipment to the real world, you can think of another thing, safety to people and environments. Confidentiality, integrity, availability, and safety. Now, risk is mitigated through the use of what we call controls. Think of controls as safeguards, actively doing something to reduce risk. Remember, no matter what you do, risk can never be zero. So let's wrap this up with two more definitions. First, inherent risk. That's risk without any controls. Then, residual risk. That's the risk left over after we applied controls. There is another way to call residual risk. That's the cost of doing business. That's the risk that you are willing to accept. For more information, please watch the rest of my short videos and check out my book, Cybersecurity Program Development for Business, The Essential Planning Guide. And you can always reach me and ask me questions directly by visiting cybersecurityforbusiness.com. Thank you.